Good morning and welcome back to Fresh. I'm Julie Dilorenzo, your host, and we are with Dr. Christopher Pierce here today in Goshen. And he's kind of a name that maybe wasn't well known for a while, but boy, now everybody's kind of knowing about who you are. And we're going to talk about two great machines that he specializes in here in Goshen at his practice. And of course, right here in front of us, one of them we have is the Smart Lipo. And I'm really interested in hearing what makes this different from your normal lipo procedure that most people are probably familiar with.
Okay, well, Julie, this is actually such a tremendous advance that I think it almost makes regular liposuction obsolete. Um, in essence, the advantages of this are that it can be done without the need for a general anesthetic. It's very, very easy, very comfortable, and you get some skin tightening and very minimal side effects of bleeding or bruising. And the nice thing is you can be back working or working out as early as the next day or the day after.
Well, as busy as everyone is, that's something everyone likes to hear. They don't want to be laid up for a week or so.
It's really amazing. The laser beam itself is on this little fiber. It's very tiny.
Yeah, I can see the little red light.
It's actually smaller than a strand of angel hair pasta. And it just makes such a difference to be able to melt that fat and tighten the skin at the same time.
And explain to me a little bit about, I know you said, you do have a little bit of numbing, a little small, very small incisions, but what's nice is you said not only does some of it comes out with a little bit of a suction, but also your body rids it as well.
That's exactly right. The procedure is essentially 3 steps. First involves placing some numbing medication under the surface of the skin, and that's actually pretty easy. Once that's done, then everything is very comfortable, and then we use the laser and literally melt the fat. It just looks like melted butter is what it amounts to. And then because it is melted, it's so easy just to vacuum that away with tiny, tiny little suctions.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when we're doing it, we just talk the whole time with each other, and everybody just has a good conversation. Sometimes people get bored with us and fall asleep, but it's actually pretty straightforward.
Well, that would be nice if it was that comfortable to fall asleep. I don't know that I would be that comfortable with it, but it just sounds very simple, very easy, very convenient, I think would be a good word as well.
The most common phrase I hear is it afterwards is that it was a piece of cake.
Well, and hopefully they don't go having whole cake.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Well, the other machine we want to talk about is the Affirm CO2. I know you were one of the first in the area, and maybe still one of the only ones in the area to have this. And this is for helping with skin resurfacing and enhancing your look a little bit better. Can you explain that one to us?
Yes, the Affirm CO2 is a wonderful skin laser, and the reason it stands out over other lasers is because of its wavelength. And the CO2 laser has been in existence for a long time, but it was the combination of computerization with the laser that allowed the subtle finesse that you need in cosmetic work. And so even though I had used a CO2 laser many, many years ago, it wasn't until just in the last year or so that this marriage of computerization with the deep penetration of the CO2 wavelength allowed for really good results in terms of skin tone, small lines, wrinkles. It's just a very, very easy product to work with, and people really like it.
And again, convenient. You can leave the office and not feel like you have to shield yourself from someone knowing that you are here, or are you going to be a little red?
You will be a little red. Unlike previous times when one would be red for weeks on end, 3 to 6 weeks, with this you'll be moderately red for about 3 days. I actually had it done on myself. It didn't really bother me. I went to work I continued with my regular work. And
Well, there you
I got
go.
a little sunburn. That was about it.
Right, right. And with great results as far as skin. One thing I want to touch on real quick, because I know we're running out of time, is you have some great injectables as well, the Botox and the Juvederm. And something new you have here that you're getting calls about is Latisse.
That's right. Latisse is a really good product. It's along the same lines as Rogaine. So it stimulates production of hair follicles, and it can be used specifically for the eyelashes, and it does a really nice job. We actually had one patient who had breast cancer and lost all of her hair, her eyebrows, everything, but she had used this on her eyelashes, and her eyelashes stayed. And
Oh, I bet that was so great for her. Oh,
it just made a huge difference for her.
exactly. Yeah, great. Well, what are some new things, too, that maybe you have coming into the practice here that we can look forward to real quickly?
Well, one thing we want to do is have a healthy skin coming from a healthy body. So not just healthy from the outside in, but also from the inside out. And the biggest way to do that is through good nutrition, and antioxidation is a key to that. And we found that in our research that the very best antioxidants come, believe it or not, from something that's delicious, and it happens to be unboiled or unprocessed cocoa. And so it sounds like chocolate, it sounds like candy, but in reality, it's good for you. Phenomenally good for you. It's not your typical candy bar that you would expect, but the results have been dramatic. And
So you have a product here that has that?
we do, and it's being very well received, and people are finding that it helps them it not only helps their skin, which was our original point, but it also has, through very, very well done studies, been shown to help with cholesterol and blood pressure, and believe it or not, it even helps with weight control.
Cocoa for weight control. You can't beat that.
No, it's almost sounds like it too
good to be true. All right. Well, if you need more information on how to enjoy some cocoa, make sure you stop by and see Dr. Pierce here at the Pierce Cosmetic Laser Center. We're in Goshen. They have many things to offer you, a lot of educational products out in the lobby for you to take a look at, and in consultation, I'm sure, as of course.
Absolutely. If you're interested, just stop by. Consultations are complimentary.
Oh, that's awesome to know. And they have a great website, too, www.piercecosmeticlasercenter.com. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back in a moment after this short break.